Oh, hi. I was just looking through the Bible. Have you ever wondered where civilization first began? You may not know it, but the Bible is full of clues that lead us to the very beginnings of civilization. Oh, by the way, I'm Arizona Smith. I'm an archaeologist. Archaeology means the study of beginnings, so that's my job, to search for clues to the beginnings of civilizations. Sometimes these clues are buried really deep. That's the case here. I bet you'd never guess this barren desert was once farmland, but it was. In ancient times, it was called Mesopotamia. That's Greek for between the rivers. The rivers are named the Tigris and the Euphrates, and in the book of Genesis, it's said that they flowed from the Garden of Eden. The Bible also has a lot to say about two great civilizations that flourished right here, Assyria and Babylonia. Now, around 150 years ago, some people got curious. They started to dig in the land between the rivers to see if the stories in the Bible were true. These photos from the very first American expedition to the area in 1889 show a team that was sponsored by the University of Pennsylvania uncovering the ancient city of Nippur. Pretty cool, huh? But the coolest part was that these early expeditions were uncovering evidence of a civilization that went back even further than the Babylonians and the Assyrians. They were discovering a lost civilization, Sumer.
It's hard to imagine, but more than 5,000 years ago, there were great cities on this barren desert. Cities with names like Nippur, Uruk, and Ur. In the Bible, Ur was described as the birthplace of Abraham, father of the Hebrew people. In 1922, an English archaeologist named Sir Leonard Woolley came to this desert on a mission. A minister's son, he was determined to find the lost city of Ur. He even brought his new wife, and they dug here for 12 years, despite terrible heat. But they found some amazing treasures. A lyre with a bull's head covered with gold. An upright ram grazing on a golden tree. And in the tomb of a queen, called Puabi, they uncovered a headdress of golden leaves and flowers studded with precious stones called lapis lazuli. The stones were a clue to the power of the city, for they were imported from far-off Afghanistan. Woolley and his team had uncovered a cemetery, including many large tombs for royalty. They found offerings of food and drink, and personal possessions indicating that the Sumerians believed in an afterlife. They also found evidence of a deathly ritual. Apparently, some Sumerian royalty did not pass to the afterlife alone. Woolley and his team found the bodies of 74 of a king's attendants who had sipped from a vat of poison and laid down near the king's tomb to die. The archaeologist was struck by how peaceful the bodies looked, as if they had gone willingly to serve their king in the next world. Today, in a storeroom at the University of Pennsylvania's Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology, you can still see the evidence of this act 4,500 years later. There are earrings worn by women who attended the king, chokers of gold and lapis lazuli, headdresses with fragile golden leaves, and the golden hair ribbons worn by the women in their final hours of life. Now these objects lie in storage, precious clues to the first civilization.